All right, guys, winter has arrived. Absolutely, this is awesome. So we actually might have snowflakes falling by the time we're done with this video. They're expected here any moment, coming in from St. Louis. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be, well, it's cold right now. It's gonna be even colder. Maybe we have some snow on the ground. We're gonna talk about, this is what we're gonna talk about today. We are going to talk about the 5 things I hear about on guide trips, I see on social media about crappie fishing with LiveScope. What are the 5 things that, in my opinion, are mistakes that are not going to lead to more fish in the boat? Now, I say that with this kind of caveat. Everybody should fish the way that they want to fish. But see, these are some of the things that I'm hearing from guide trips in particular that I'm kind of like, and I always share that information. I always say, hey, listen, you can do it that way, but why don't you try it this way? And we're gonna put more fish in the boat if you do it that way. Maybe not immediately, but certainly long term, that's probably what you should be doing. So we're gonna talk about 5 things today that I'm hearing on guide trips and on social media that I'm kind of like, maybe you should try it this way. Otherwise, I hope everybody's holiday season is going fantastic. We have kept some of the Cyber Monday deals up on the website. Check those out. Visit our sponsors. We appreciate you. Subscribe, all these great things. And oh, one last thing. I just saw my first snowflake. We are going to be at Collinsville the first weekend of the year in January. That's in a couple weeks. I hope to see you guys there. Gonna have a whole team there, 3-pound fishing. We're gonna have hog net, sniping, braid, everything 3-pound fishing, the rods, everything. Put them in your hand, come by, see us at the Collinsville Gateway Show, which is just outside of St. Louis. Look forward to seeing you. Right to the action, here we go. Oh, now that's a good cast. Similar sonar feedback, and we are just see if we can get somebody to react to it. Ooh, there's one coming from the bottom. I didn't lose sight of him. There he is. Boy, he came a long way. Wow. You gotta love it, guys. That guy came from the bottom, and it's always those ones that come from the bottom that seem to be the most aggressive. Crazy. We're letting them go. We got 47 degree water temperature, and let's talk about one of the very first things I'd like to say. One thing I'd like to say is when I are on these guide trips and I talk and people are talking about not using their foot pedal for LiveScope. I think it's extremely important to learn how to use your foot pedal rather than the key fob that is around your neck. And the reason why is really 2 things. One is you can be more aggressive, more efficiently without having to think about your feet and chasing down a crappie, but also it allows your hands to be free. And when your hands are free, it gives you the flexibility now to manipulate the braid. It gives you the opportunity to just do a lot of things with 2 hands versus the ability only having 1 hand. So I highly recommend utilizing your foot pedal on your trolling motor rather than the key fob. That's keeping your hands free, because you'll see a lot of times when I'm vertical fishing, I have my hands out like this, and I want to be able to, now if I had to all of a sudden change my trolling motor, I'm going to have to do this, and I'm losing all focus, right? So number 1, learn to use your trolling motor. Make that a New Year's resolution. Learn how to use your trolling motor pedal. That's what I like to see. Came up a little short. Which, if I come up short, I always start early. Maybe let's be our next conversation here if we can get this guy to bite. Still on me. And he got him. Never give up. That is so key. Freaking tank, man. Oh, we got a tournament fish here, guys. That guy did not give up, and neither did we. That is a slab. That's an absolute toad. On my lake, that's an absolute toad. Solid, thick back. Good night. So number 2, don't give up on the piles. I see it all the time. to put more fish in the boat, you absolutely do not want to give up on a pile after you've crossed over it. Now on that particular cast, I came up short. The key to when you come up short is to start early. You come up short, they start to go out, they start to come out, and you're still dropping because you think the target is at the very bottom. What I found is when I come up short with my cast, I will let it drop and I will start it way earlier than I normally would, especially if I see one poke out. As soon as I see one poke out, but usually I'm moving upwards even before that occurs. So big key right there is start early. Don't give up on the pile. That's a slap. All right, guys, we're gonna let him go. Woo, baby, he's aggressive fish. That was awesome. There we go. Just playing with them, man. It's awesome. Now that's fun. Boy, they're choking this all white jig, guys. All these products are available on the website. Take advantage of it, guys. All right, let's talk about our number 3. Number 3 is going to be the side pole. I know that that's going to be controversial, which I get it. A lot of people use the side pole rather than mounting their transducer on their trolling motor. But I can tell you that, again, this comes down to keeping your hands free, your ability to be efficient, your ability to be flexible, and how you're fishing. And keeping your hands free is a big deal. So if you have one of those side mounted poles, all I do is challenge you to put your trolling motor or put your transducer on your trolling motor. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. They give you everything in the box for it, and challenge yourself for a while to say, I'm going to do it with my trolling motor. What will happen is that you will learn how to use their foot pedal. So hopefully you're going to use your foot pedal with this. But number 2 is you're going to learn, it'll be a lot harder with the key fob, I can tell you that. But use your foot pedal, learn how to stay on the fish by thrusting, doing all these things with your trolling motor that allows you to stay on the pile, stay on the fish. And I'm telling you, over time, you are going to get better and better and better, and you're going to keep your hands free, and you're going to realize how powerful that is, because you're going to be able to manipulate your braid, manipulate your baits, manipulate your poles, switch hands, do all these things that you couldn't do when you were having to do all those other things. Boom. Oh, smaller guy. Boom. Little guy acting really like a big shot. Now I am a big proponent of everybody throwing just beyond a pile. So notice that pile's at 26. I always try to shoot for that 28 number. I think that's a really good target. Always 2 feet beyond. I think they absolutely like a bait that is just falling down on the pile. Come on, buddy. Here comes one. Boom. Man, that's a good fish. That is a solid fish. That is a good fish. Wow. You gotta love it, guys. Boom. That is a tournament fish, solid fish right here. Awesome fish. Gosh dang. Fishing with the hammer, sniping braid, obviously one of the 3-pound fishing hair jigs, 1/32 ounce. Bam, that is a good fish, and we're letting them go. All right, so let's also talk about the size of the screen. It really does matter. And I know that there's been a lot of great deals on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and there's probably still great deals going, but I'm going to tell you that you should purchase the biggest screen that you can possibly buy and afford, because at the end of the day, if you want to see your bait like that, bigger is better. Now, some of the other things that you can do. So the thing I hear about on guide trips is people go with a 9-inch screen. And something you can do is you can maximize your screen by simply doing this, right? But I get used to a certain look of a fish. And so I'm always sitting there at 25, but you could certainly maximize your screen and that would help out as well. But ultimately what makes the difference is the size of the screen. So don't get tricked into the 9-inch screen if you can afford a bigger screen. Hey guys, real quick, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, that would mean the world to me. We're going to be putting out 2 videos a week. We're putting out a ton of shorts, and it shows us your appreciation by following, and it's absolutely free. Click the button below. We do appreciate it. Wow. That is playing fish like you wouldn't believe. Unbelievable. What a day on the water. Gloomy day, snowy day. We finally got some snow. Check out that slab, guys. Good night. That is a solid fish. Gosh, let them go. All right, I'm gonna give you the last mistake I hear a lot about on social media, and I hear a lot about during my guide trips, and that is to expect that you're going to be an expert right away. I won't say it like that. How about I just say that they expect more out of themselves? And you got to remember, this is time on the water. We spend a lot of time on the water guiding, doing this type of content, you know, almost fishing every day. Not every day, but pretty much almost every day. And that's a lot of time spending looking at a screen and knowing what a fish looks like and identifying different things. Whereas if you're only fishing, you know, once in a while, give yourself a break. It takes time, and it's not going to happen overnight. And it certainly, as people say, time on the water. Great episode. Appreciate you guys. I hope to see you guys in Collinsville, Illinois, for the fishing show, first weekend of January. We're gonna have a ball. We're gonna have all the guys there, all the fishing rods there. Put one in your hand. We're gonna talk crappie the whole time we're there, and you're gonna love it as we are. So have a Merry Christmas. Take it easy, guys.